Scholars, happy Thursday to you. What's good? What's popping? What's good with you? I hope you have had an outstanding few days before today. Happy to be with you again this Thursday to finish up applications of business and entrepreneurship, the recipe part 2. All right. It's now 5 after. I think everybody should be in here that's going to be on time at least, right? So if you would, make sure you turn on those cameras. Let me see those incredible faces. Outstanding, outstanding. If you have camera issues, thank you for telling us in the chat. Hopefully we got those fixed. Oh yeah, I see Miss Perla. She got it fixed. Good. So everybody give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me okay? Excellent. Excellent. Quick shout out to Samuel, always chiming in first. You know, I had to give it to him. I forgot to say something on Tuesday, but he's always the first one to hop into the room. So I don't know if anybody wants to come and take that. I took first in joining the Zoom call title from Samuel. You know, I'm not gonna tell you what time he chimes in, but I can tell you he is first every single time so far. So shout out to you, Samuel, being on time, being prepared, even when I hadn't logged in yet. You know, you get the little pop-up that says, hey, someone is logged in. Excellent. So we're going to jump right into it today with the applications of business entrepreneurship. Let me see how many of my fellow, Miss Rainey, are you available to do a breakout room today? Because we're going to do some breakout rooms.
I sure am.
Excellent, excellent. Let's see, who are my other instructors that are on here today? Miss Latoya, are you available for a breakout room?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Miss Cassidy, are you available for a breakout room? Chastity.
Not at the moment.
Okay, cool. You would think after like 10 years, I'd be able to say your name right, but I haven't been able to do it yet. But I still love you, Miss Kennedy. I love you.
We're hoping.
All right. Any more of the administrators. Now we're not going to do the breakout rooms for a little bit further, but I do have some instructors in here, so it's definitely going to help. I mean, man, I've known the girl 10 years and I still say her name wrong. Oh my God, it's terrible, terrible, terrible. Kids, it's important to learn your name, right? Because only you have that name. Your parents gave it to you, right? So it's important that people say your name correctly. You know, they spell my name wrong all the time. So I understand. I understand. All right. So let's hop into today's material. If I can get this screen working. No, I don't have multiple windows open. Let me start in the beginning. Let me make sure. Did I hit record? I did. Excellent. All right. The recipe, business and entrepreneurship. That statement down at the bottom is for legal purposes. You don't have to read it. I just have to make sure that it's on the slide. So that's why I added it on here for other people that is reading it, you know, because this is preparatory information that we have here at S.O.A.R. And you guys will learn that more when you go into business and entrepreneurship, because these are kind of things that protect you legally if someone tries to recreate, try to use, you know, your material without your authorization. It's kind of like, I don't know how many of you watch sports, but at the end of sports, you know, especially like the NFL, it was like this show can't be reproduced, resold, reused without the express consent of the National Football League, right? Or the USFL, or, you know, international soccer. So just want to make sure I got that on the recording. All right. All right, what to expect from today's class? You know, those are some of the creations that we won, you know, competitions with. So if anybody gets hungry, it's okay. You're only with me for an hour and a half, and we got a break in there. You can go get something to eat, all right? So today, it's all about applications of business and entrepreneurship. So some things we're going to be reviewing today. Like I said, we're going to jump into this kind of quick. Because you're going to get an opportunity to share your business plans. So if you have your business plans, everybody's going to get an opportunity to give a minute overview of their business plan. So make sure if you haven't pulled it up already, pull it up. If you haven't worked on it yet, you'll have an opportunity to work on it in the breakout rooms and talk more about it and get it more streamlined so you can get to your end project as you go through Pitch Perfect and your finance class and the final project, etc. All right. So as you can see up here, applications of business and entrepreneurship. I know it says 2 hours, but we cut it down to 1.5 hours. The ingredients, you're gonna
Professor
present.
Greg, you're no longer sharing your screen.
Oh, hold on. What happened? How about now?
Yep, we're all good.
Excellent. Now I got to go back a slide. And thank you for pointing that out. So today's class, you're going to present your business plan, 1 minute each. We're going to have a session for it right after the breakout session, so we can talk a little bit more and go through your business plan. For you who are not looking to get into entrepreneurship, that's going to do the guided research of a business, we're going to explain what that is, have a little bit of an outline and background. And if you're doing the guided research, when we get to that point, let me know in the chat so I can put you in the breakout room with one of the other instructors to help you through that guided research. All right. Then we're going to talk about benefits of your business to the community and yourself that you can give to the community. And then we're going to end it off with mentorship, and then we'll be done. All right. So I want you to be thinking about what your business does for the community, or if you're going with the guided research, think about the benefits to the community for the business, college, or career that you research. Okay. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later, because I know everybody here may not be going into business right now. Some may be going into business later on in life. And so we want to give you this opportunity to have both sides of that. Okay. So when you're doing your guided research, think about what that business does for the community or what you would like to do for the community. All right. So here's the recipe. This is a quick recap. The reason this is called applications of business is because we're going to apply what we've learned in the previous 3 classes and actually structure this thing out. So for your business plan, got a description, a market analysis, strategy, funding, final projects. Very simple. It's also in Google Classroom. If you want to go there and find it with a little bit more detail and some references, but these are some of the things you want to talk about. What a product or service does the company provide? How will you get your money? What will the money be used for? Things of that nature. And so this is what we reviewed in the last class. So we will be discussing this in the breakout room. Okay. Now, for you that are doing the guided research paper is just a little bit different. It's going to be set up as if you're turning in an assignment for school. So it has to have some structure. Okay, much like your business plan that has the 5 different points that you are going to hit, the guided research paper is going to have the same thing. If you see the illustration here at the bottom, introduction, method, results, discussion, and conclusion. Now, this most of the time they probably teach it a little different in school, in public and private schools, K through 12. But when you get to the college level, this is the base level of what a research paper consists of. When I say base level, this is base because it goes extremely deep. There were probably, I think there's about 12 different points, including, your references at the end, your appendix, and a few other things that are in there as well. But I broke it down to a smaller, more manageable opportunity to create this research paper. So first thing you start with your research paper is going to be the title and the author. What is the title? Which you can create the title based on the business that you pick. So say the business that you pick is somebody's in IT, so you pick Microsoft. So you don't necessarily have to say, research paper or Microsoft. You could call it something else, my in-depth study, right? And then put the author's name, and then of course you put the date, and you follow all the guidelines for writing the paper. So you start with your intro. Your intro is your topic, your focus, your objectives, or the why, right? Why you chose this research paper, why you chose this particular company, why are you interested in this company, or why are you interested in this career or interested in this college, okay? Number 2, the object of the study, which is the how. You're going to go through in your research paper, really understanding what it is that company does and why you're drawn to them, or that business, or that career, or that college. that you want to go to. The how. Things like the school started in 1906. It was based on the principles of XYZ. And because of that XYZ principles is one of the reasons why I wanted to do my research paper about them. Okay? Then the results. The results is what you got from your study, which is the main discoveries, the summary comparison, the what, right? So I did my research, XYZ with their values. Since 1906, they've lined up with their values of, integrity, education, growth. Say it's a business, community engagement, reducing the carbon footprint, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to put the results of that research paper in there, right? You researched it. They do this for the community. They do this. This is the product that they serve, or product that they give, or what they do, right? And then you're going to end it with a discussion and a conclusion, right? So these are the answers. So you're going to discuss based on my research, this is probably one of the best careers that I want to go into. Based on my research, I'm not too sure if this is the path that I want to take based on what I've learned. So it's a research paper. So remember, it's not an objective paper, it's a research paper with an answer and explanation as to why you're doing what you are doing, or choose, okay? So, anybody have any questions before we move on? For my teachers and scholars, y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all have something similar to this. All my master's degrees is in here. Anybody that hadn't done their dissertation yet? No questions? Nothing in the chat? Awesome. Well, let's move on. Time for the breakout rooms. All right. So if you would for me, put in the chat real quick. Let me find my pen and paper over here. Put in the chat real quick and let me know who is going for the business plan. So you got Roberto. All right, let me make sure I got this.
I could read out the names to you if that's helpful too.
Yes, that'll work.
Okay, so there was Roberto, Prince, Samuel, Jada, Derek, Khalil, and Vegine. I apologize if I'm not saying that correctly.
All right. Prince, Samuel, Derek. All right, I'm gonna read these back to you. So I got Robert, Prince, Samuel, Jada, Khalil, and Vagine.
Okay, and Derek.
And Derek. All right. And who is going for the guided study?
Okay, first we have Maria Elena, Victor, Janaya,
Okay, that's only 9. Oh, there we go.
and Johan.
All right. Let's see, Johan. Still only counting 9 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Let's see. What scholar am I missing? I think that might be everybody, actually.
Yes, I believe that is everyone.
Corey. I didn't see Corey pick anything.
Corey said he just put it in the chat, guided research.
Okay, cool. Corey's going guided research. All right. So, guided research. So I'm going to break these rooms up like this. What do I have? Who are my teachers that are online? JR, are you available to help out?
Yep.
I know you and Toy. I know you and Toy switch off with the boys. That's the only way to actually do this breakout room. So Corey, you going with the business plan, not the guided research?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Miss Latoya, I'm going to have you be the admin for the guided research room with Mary Lena, Victor, Jenna, and Johan. Then Rainey. Oh, I saw C. Morgan in here too. C. Morgan, you available to hop in the breakout room? If not, it's okay. All right, I'll take that as a and then JR and Rainey gonna have you guys for the business plan. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right, I'm gonna do these breakout rooms. Everybody bear with me 1 second. Breakout rooms. 1, 2, 3.
You're gonna do 2 for the business plan? 2 rooms?
You want you and Rainey to be in one room together? Because I was actually gonna split you guys up individually.
Yeah. For the number
That's
of
one room? Okay,
no,
cool.
no, I'm saying for the number of students, 2. If 2 is good. I was just asking.
Yes, because there's 10 students going to one. So I was like, let me give them 5 and 5 as opposed to 10 and the 2 of you guys, unless you would think it would be better with 2 of you guys being in a room together with all 10.
No, the way you had it's fine. I think 5 and 5 is
Okay,
good.
excellent. All right.
Miss C also said that she's available. Her audio wasn't working at the moment, but she is available to help.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, let's see. Tim, Mary Elena. JR, put on some background music for me real quick as I sort through this.
I'm actually on my phone.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I can move it.
Please do. Give them a little mood music. We've got, quite a few students in this one, so. Let's see.
I'm gonna be there. Doesn't much matter what we do, long as there's room for 2. I care. I'm gonna be there. Maybe it seems you don't have much to count on, but you got one. Why don't you see? It's hard, but don't have to be. Take it off from me.
All right, thank you, Miss Latoya. I'm gonna create these breakout rooms, and you guys should be with who you are currently. Let's see. C. Morgan, I put you in the room with at least I thought I did. Put you in there with JR. Make sure I put you in there with Rainy. I think that's a power combo right there. All right, let the breakout rooms begin.
You might have to drop me in again, Drake, because I just switched devices.
Okay. There we go. Boom. There you go, my friend. Everybody should be in.
Oh
Let's
man, we were having
go.
great
Let's go.
conversations. We
I
have
was
really
gonna
great
say
Yeah,
we
conversations.
was.
I had also had a question, but I want Janaya to finish her thoughts before she like completely forgets because I tend to forget. So I want her to finish what she was
Time's
saying
up.
first.
Time's up. Time's up. I'm joking.
Yeah, we'll wait for
Um,
Professor Dre. Maybe we'll do another breakout room later, and I'll connect with you, Janai, okay?
But great job, everybody. Sounds like everyone had a very productive breakout session.
It sure does. I got to peep into some of the breakout sessions and do a little bit of recording. So excellent, excellent job. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. And when we come back, we're going to talk. We're going to go not deeper, but you're going to in about, because it's what, 12 of y'all? So we're going to cut it down to 30 seconds instead of a minute. So when we come back, you're going to spend 30 seconds telling me about your business plan, or you're going to spend 30 seconds telling me about what you chose for your guided research. Okay, doesn't have to be finished. It doesn't have to be super detailed. It's just to give all the instructors an opportunity to hear which route that you're taking, and also me as an instructor. And then maybe we could give some more feedback, maybe hop into another breakout room, because like I said, we're probably about 20 minutes ahead of schedule right now. So I'm definitely excited for you guys. So with that being said, we are going to hop into this break. If I can get my screen to share, life would be great. Boom. I know it says 15, we're only taking 10. Of all my slides, I forgot to update, it was this one. All right. You guys don't have to have your camera on for this, but we're going to take a 10-minute break and we're going to return at 7:30. We're going to return at 7:30. All right.
Cool. See everybody at 7:30.
And the cycle goes again. Typical story, a good man giving God glory, he's a God-fearing man, perfect husband, excellent pops, and he finally received that raise, cash in the bank. Yeah, they were saving up, he and his wife.
$7:30. I hope everybody's back, because we're about to get into this. That's not what I want. Let's see, did I start the recording? I did. Excellent. Recording in progress. Perfect. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's now to get into the 30-second summary of your business plan. So what you're going to do is you can maybe just read your mission statement, your vision statement, the first few lines of your business plan. Really just want to check to make sure that you are on track to finish the series and be more prepared for the perfect pitch class, be more prepared for the finance class, and be more prepared for the final project. Because, you know, with the final project, that's when we choose what we like to call the top scholar. And of course, with the top scholar, you know, not only do you get bragging rights, you also get an opportunity to actually win there's a monetary value that's attached to it. And everybody's going to get an opportunity that graduates from this course to attend our ball that we have at the end of the year in December. Right. And we'll have returning scholars from the previous year coming, and we're going to have you. All of our new scholars is going to be coming to that. So definitely excited for it. So first one to put in the chat that says I'm ready is going first for their business plan. Ready, go. Or your guided study. Roberto, I knew it. How did I know it was going to be you, Roberto? All right, Roberto, Prince, you're going. Mary Elena, you're going third. Prince, you're going second. All right. Good try, though. Good try. I love it. I love it. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick. All right, so my first one up is Roberto. And then after Roberto, Prince, you'll be up. and then Mary Elena. And then if you're ready to present, go ahead and put ready in the chat. That's how I'm going to determine who goes next. All right, good man. Where is my timer? Want to make sure we go through this. And Roberto, you was in the study session yesterday.
Yes, I was.
You want to share with everybody how that study session went yesterday?
It was pretty nice, you know. Like we went over like details about everything. Got like personal advice. I think they
Excellent.
should attend it next week.
Excellent. So anybody on here that needs a little bit more help, man, come to the teacher study sessions. They're usually in between the Tuesday and Thursday class from 6:30 to 7:30. I jumped the gun yesterday and made it 6 to 7, but thank you for all who showed up. We had a great time. All right, Roberto, you got 30 seconds. Tell me your business plan and your time starts now.
All right, so our company is a social media marketing agency that focuses on scaling 6 to 7 figure e-commerce companies that have a valuable mission and provides advertising services on social media platforms with the intention of driving traffic to their website and as a result, increasing sales and gathering more lifetime customers for it. So that's our company like rundown.
Wow. And you did that in less than 30 seconds. Impressive.
All right.
Man, wait till you get to your minute pitch. Wait till you get a little bit more time to put more into it. Instructors, you have any feedback? You know what? I'll say this. I enjoyed that. You didn't say too many ums. I think you had like one in there, and you really seemed very passionate about it. And that's one thing that you got to be when building your business is to have that passion and understand it. But my instructors, anybody have any feedback?
Sorry,
I think it's on the right track.
Go ahead, Toya.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, what is the name of the company?
Well, the domain originally was spearmedia.agency, but I yesterday changed it to thespearcompany.com. So it's the Spear Company.
The Spear
Spirit?
Company?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I would just say start with that. You know, I would ensure that the name of your company is in your intro.
Okay.
Great job.
Anybody else? Scholars, what do you think? Any scholar can come off mute, make a comment. What do you think?
I thought that the way he presented it was very well organized and gave just enough information for someone to know more about.
Excellent.
I think he was very professional and he didn't waste any time.
Outstanding. Yep, that's how you want to be when you have to say your business in a short period of time to catch somebody's attention. Good job, Roberto. Good job. I think Rainey put in the chat, very succinct. Good job. Excellent. 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 All right.
Thank you.
Prince, you are on deck, my friend. 30 seconds. And your time starts now.
Okay. College Match aims to lead the student into the university best fits their interests and profiles, providing them with a unique, interactive place where they may find all the most crucial information consistently gathered. Use that through the use of an app. But not only that, students will also be granted the opportunity to connect alumni, organize their ideas, and get advice and feedback, thus making the college application process the most pleasing as it could be.
Outstanding. In under 30 seconds. This is what I'm talking about. You guys are going to be so prepared for this 1 minute. Excellent. Very concise. I understood what the name, what the purpose of the company was to help college kids get prepared. So excellent. My instructors, any feedback?
Prince, I would. Go ahead, honey.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's just me, but it seemed a little fast for me. But other than that, great job.
Yeah, Randy said the same thing. You read a little fast. But you know what? It wasn't bad for 30 seconds. He probably might have slowed it down if he had a minute, right? But I do agree with them. You know, even though you only got 30 seconds, slow down just a little bit.
So not that you have to try to squeeze everything in a slower format, but still refine it a little bit more. And I think you're doing a great job from when you first shared the idea to our breakout to now. So as we continue to refine, it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
I think that would be like a really good elevator pitch, like you talked about. Like I think that was very professional too, Prince.
Excellent. Scholars, anybody
Thank
else
you.
have feedback?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was fast, but you went into like a lot of detail about like your actual business plan. So like that was like pretty good in my opinion.
Good. No. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Just got a notification. So Toya, be on deck in case my my internet drops. Just said there's an outage. So I'm using my backup right now. We're gonna hope that it continues to work. But all right. Prince, great job. Great job. Mary Elena. Now you're doing the guided study, correct, Mary Elena?
Yes, I am doing the guided study, but I still kind of wanted to talk about my business plan because even though I do want to get into psychology, I do find it very interesting, like the business that I already had my ideas for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I kind of want to go with that for now, and if I change my mind later, then I will fully go into the guided research, because in the beginning of this class I said that I was going to do both. So
Now, which one are you leaning more towards for your final project? Because when you go to the next few classes, like the Pitch Perfect, it's going to have to, you're going to have to pick one because it's going to be your final project.
I'm not sure yet, but I
Okay,
can decide by next week.
cool. You got a couple more classes to figure that out. So let's go with your business plan.
Okay, my business plan, the name of it is Project Perseverance. My vision statement is to heal generational oppression by improving communication, learn how to cope in discomforting environments, and provide the best service to those less fortunate. My mission statement is we are committed to providing a healthy and comforting environment to those who seek help. We assist you to improve better communication, impacting your life positively through peers, families, and communities. My pitch is I'd like to tell you about Project Perseverance. It's a psychotherapy company. It will improve your life by finding new ways to respond to difficulties you face. It costs $75 per session, and you can get it by signing up on my website or signing in an application at the in-person office.
Excellent. Excellent. Went a little bit over 30 seconds, but you know what? It was critically good information that was on there. Instructors,
I was going to
feedback.
say, you done finished the final assignment.
Right.
So that was great for the 1 minute, Marilena. I feel that since you have the business so framed out, I don't know, like, I feel like why not just pursue the business aspect, as, you know, you're going to continue to go to school anyway. You're going to keep learning. Since you have this, it seems very clear. So like, I don't know, maybe pursue the business would be my thought, but great pitch. I love all the details and information.
Thank you.
What type of one thing I would add, since the background in mental health, for me in nursing, what type of psychotherapy are you going to specialize in?
Like I said, I go to therapy and I really enjoy therapy and I feel it is really helpful. So I do want to do therapy. There's many forms of therapy that I would like to get into, not just one necessarily. But if you mean individual, family, and children, I mean for all, like for everybody. This is for everybody. Everybody needs therapy. Like I said in the first class, I most definitely want to include therapy for children, families, because I feel everybody needs a healthy environment to express ourselves. Because like in my vision statement, I said I want to heal generational oppression. That doesn't just mean like let's say like the segregation and like racism, but I feel there is generational oppression because, let's say, for example, in Hispanic households, there's this thing that we call like masochista, where it's like men always feel the need to be strong and they don't want to be vulnerable. So I want to help in many different ways to all people, all genders. Also, I just want to help everybody.
Right. I'm asking, when you say psychotherapy, and I like how you you define that and you have it thought out, because it actually is welcoming and it doesn't separate anybody. You're welcoming everyone, welcoming the type of therapy. What psychotherapy? Sometimes you have cognitive behavior therapy, psychodynamic therapy, dialectal therapy, and then you have humanistic or experiential therapy. That's what I'm saying. When you say psychotherapy, understand someone can say, well, what type of therapy? Does that make sense?
Yeah, like behavioral and humanistic.
And that's something that can expand, so they know they have an idea, but you have a great outline when you're saying that type of therapy and things like that. But just to remember, yeah. That's one thing I would
yeah,
specialize.
I'll be sure. Thank you for your comments, and I'll be sure to add that into my pitch.
Excellent. Appreciate you, C. Morgan. Let's go. All right. So we got a minute to do one more person. Is there anybody else that would like to step up and do either their business plan or the beginning of their guided research? No one? All right, not a problem. Excellent. Well, thank you for those who have already. We appreciate you coming in, giving everybody that start. I definitely appreciate you guys for that. So we're going to continue to move on real quick because I'm going to finish on time today, I promise. I'm not going to ask for additional time. I might. All right, so we're going to talk about how does it benefit your community. When you think about your business plan or you think about your guided research, right? I want you to start honing in on how it's going to benefit the community you live in or the community you're going to live in. So this is what you call future thinking. One of the concepts that my restaurant management team came up with that we travel with is our restaurant concept is called Scratch, and we're a smokehouse, right? And so with a smokehouse, we do a very traditional way with wood, right? Not charcoal, not gas. We smoke with apple wood. And so because of that, we consume a whole lot of wood, right? It means we got to cut down trees, which, does detriment to the environment. Well, we have dishes on our menu that if you purchase it, with that purchase, we take and we go plant a tree. So for every tree that we cut down to use for barbecue, we go plant a tree in our community. Now, granted, we may not see that tree come to fruition because it's going to take, 20, 30 years for it to be built. But in the time of it, growing and coming to fruition, it produces about 31 million tons of oxygen, right? So all you guys know that from science, trees bring oxygen, right? And so that's one way we benefit the community. Even though we're cutting down the trees to create this smoke and this great restaurant experience, we're planting trees back that's going to transcend where we are. I mean, we could close as a company, but we would still have planted, 200, 300 trees to replace the trees we're taking down. So I want you to really start thinking about how this benefits your community with your business, okay? Let's see, what's this in the chat? Okay. All right. So here's some of the things that you want to look at. Chef's recipe for community awareness. You want things that bring change. Now, these things are just some snippets for things for you to think about when you're looking at either your business plan or you're looking at whoever you're researching, right? How does it help in funding? How does it reduce taxes, right? Your business could be a job creator for your community. right? It can open up entrepreneurship opportunities because someone sees that you started your business and maybe they want to learn and glean from you, right? You could bring diversity into your neighborhood. Some people, everybody don't live in the neighborhoods where everybody looks like them. You may move to a neighborhood where nobody looks like you, right? You may bring your business to an area that doesn't have anybody that looks like you in it, right? You want to have that diversity even with who you hire or who you bring on as your team, right? In addition to that, things that are locally sourced. I'm in the restaurant industry. And so when I consult restaurants, I tell them all the time, I said, the best way to put in the economy in your local neighborhood is to invest more in the locally sourced places. Now, there's nothing wrong with going to a Whole Foods or going to BJ's or going to Sam's, not taking any of that away. But if you really want to build your community, you put money back into it, right? You hear people talk about it all the time. It's like, if you buy a building in a neighborhood and somebody else buys a building in a neighborhood and you build it up together, then you get to recreate, rebrand, and rebuild your neighborhood. So think about some of those things with your business. And then innovation. What innovation will your particular business bring or be so impactful for your community? All right. So write these down. These are just ideas, right, to bring change. So things to think about when you're doing your business plan, or for you and doing the guided study. How will you impact, because you're researching a business, a college, or a career? How will that business, college, or career benefit your community? Okay. Any questions? Nope. Excellent. All right. Now we're going to go into this. Let's see. You don't understand the second sentence. Wait a minute. Let me go back one.
She says one thing also may want to ask if do not know. I don't know what she means by that.
Oh, you're talking about in the chat. Just send it to her in the chat.
Yeah, I sent it in the chat. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll have her answer you in the chat. And I was something on the slide. I was like, I didn't say that. That wasn't me. Excellent. And the final piece of today's class is mentorship. Now, this is probably the most fundamental thing that you could do as an entrepreneur, as a person that's going to seek a career working for somebody else, if you want to go into nonprofit, etc. Because most times there's already somebody that has done what you're trying to do. Okay. Most times there's already somebody that is where you want to be. Okay. So it's important that you find the right mentor, because everybody successful may not want to be a mentor to you. Everybody successful is not a great mentor. They may have some great ideas and great fundamentals to share with you, but they may not be the best fit for you. So you want to find a mentor that's in the field that you want to go to first, but someone that has similar values to you, that has similar core values to you, that has a similar, outlook on life, because you need someone to guide you through this. I'm a coach in a professional sense, and I have a coach, right? And my coach has a coach, because sometimes as people, we have on blinders because we're so focused on a goal and we miss a lot of different things that happen, right? And so in missing that, you'll have a mentor sometimes that can give you that clarity, give you that understanding, and also somebody to go to when you have questions, okay? So here is my recipe for finding a great mentor. These are 5 things that you need in your mentor starting out. And as you grow, these may change, you may add to, you may take away, right? But it's important for you. Values, you want them to have the same value system. Communication, you want them to have the ability to communicate to you. That's important because all of us have different personality styles. I coach on a platform where I use a program called the Voice, Power, and Mindset program to unlock your voice, define your power, and release your mindset. And in that, we use something called a flight assessment, where we take 4 different areas of the airline industry, and most people get their behavioral styles from one of these 4. For instance, we have flight attendants, pilots, air traffic controllers, and grounds crew. And most all of us fit in 1 or maybe 2 of those behavior patterns, right? But we all communicate to each other differently. So you want to find a mentor that can communicate to you the way that you need to be communicated to, not the way somebody else. Willingness, this is a big one. Some mentors don't want to mentor you. So you want to find somebody that's willing to do it. Expectations. Set your expectations of what you want to get out of the mentorship, whether it be access to learning how to get more capital, whether it be how to write a resume, whether it be how to fill out your entry form for college, whatever it is, set your expectations for it and make sure that they have it. And then personality. You know, you want someone that you can talk to and you are on the same wavelength, if you will, and grow in personalities. So let's see what's in the chat. Was there any questions in the chat? Okay, no. Excellent. Any questions about the 5 things to look for in a mentor?
Yes.
Talk to me.
I have a question specifically to you. In terms of the 5 values, have you seen it implemented into your own business?
Oh, definitely. I use this regularly. That's why I put this in the chef's recipe, because these are the 5 things that I require from a mentor, most of my business partners, and most of the people I interact with completely, because I'm very high energy, right? And I am a extrovert of extroverts. I don't mind walking into a room and shaking hands. I don't mind being the only person of color in a room. I don't mind being the loudest one in the room, any of that. You know, you check out any of my YouTube, social media, any of that, you can tell. That doesn't bother me. So these 5 I always put into implication when I do it. And it's just like the board of directors that I have now, you know, with S.O.A.R, right? They all exude. I can't say the word today. They all, I'm gonna do like Porky the Pig. I can't say the word. So they all show these. Okay.
Exude.
They all have the thank you. I don't know why I couldn't say that right there. Right. And it's only like 1.5 syllables. It's not even like 2 syllables, but they all are these 5 things. They all have their values in order, right? These are people of integrity that I can deal with. We communicate well. Some of y'all get an opportunity, you know, when you go on to sit in one of our board meetings, you know, the board meeting to go from 30 minutes worth of agenda to 2.5 hours worth of talking, because we're discussing through the best way to do X, Y, and Z, right? But they all fit this. So I use this daily. And my mentor, you know, Eric Thomas and, you know, Moose and a couple other people, you know, they do this for me as well. So yes, it's implemented every day in the business. I don't know why I can't talk. And Rainey would like to add proven success in the area that you'd like to get to master, to get better in. Yes, that was one of the first things I led with, man. Who has been successful and what it is that you are doing. Hope everybody saw that in the chat. Any other questions? Before I move on, I got one more piece and then we'll be done for the evening. All right. My man, Steve Harvey, is going to tell you what he thinks you should look for in a mentor. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
I'm often presented with the challenge by a lot of people of how do professional people or comedians or whatever you're in find mentorship in the specific field that you're in. I think what a lot of people don't realize is that people who are successful, really, they don't mind sharing the principles. The mistake that most people make when they go after people is they go after them for something. But if you go after a person for advice, most successful people don't have a problem sharing the principles of success. Most people that I know that are successful don't have a problem with teaching you how to fish. Now, if you over there looking for a fish sandwich, you got a problem. And most people think and they tie their success based on, well, if I ever meet this guy, or if I ever meet this woman, or if I ever meet this particular person, they can help me get to the next level. What you really need is advice. And most people, if you email or reach out to them and said, hey, look, or put yourself in the line of fire, if you see them having coffee, walk up and introduce yourself and just say, hey, look, I've always been an admirer of yours. I'm young, I'm new, I'm really looking for a mentor. I'm looking for some advice, maybe if there's something you could help me with, or just I'd love to be able to run some things by somebody who's more in the know-how than I am. That's how it's done, but you can't go to a successful person and ask them for money. You can't go and ask them for a loan, or your business idea needs funding. Yeah, that's the wrong way to approach people. You know how many times they get approached by people like that? But if you're seeking to learn how to fish, most successful people won't have a problem sharing with you the principles of success or how it's done. I found that to be true.
Steve Harvey, multiple shows, comedian, actor, investor, etc. And that's the end of part 2 of Applications of Business. I thank each and every one of you for being here today. I appreciate you. I hope this is a good jump start to applying what you learned in the fundamentals to building your business plan or starting your guided research. And remember, we are available for questions. You can always send us an email. You should see us all over social media at let's.soar.nj.org, at let's.soar.nj. Et cetera, Facebook, IG,
quick,
etc.
Quick spot check on who did the surveys, just to confirm.
Did we put the survey in the chat? I did not. Did you put it in the chat for me, JR?
There's no survey in the chat.
All right, I'll get it now. I saw there was a form in there. I'll grab it.
Thank you, sir. That would be great, because that was the next thing I was going to ask, because I did not. Is that form? Oh, I think LaToya sent it directly to me as opposed to the group. That's what happened. Is that correct, Toya? That form you sent me?
Possibly. She may have to drop because she's starting the Bible study call.
Gotcha. Yep. That's what she did.
Cool. All right. So yeah, surveys in the chat, everyone.
Excellent. You should see that survey right there. If you would take a moment for that survey. I appreciate your time once again today. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, send us an email. We are here definitely for you to help you grow, help mold you, help you get you to that point. And what else did I want to say? Oh, also, when you're filling out these forms, at the end, it's okay to put feedback in there. I know from the last class, we had some people that didn't feel that they learned anything, didn't learn anything that they didn't already know, but they still enjoyed the class. Put in the little notes section, what you think maybe make the class better. We've been doing this for a while, and sometimes, you guys know a lot of stuff that we may not be in the know of. So I'd love for you, when you go fill out the survey this time, put some things in the comment section that you liked about the class, some of the things you didn't like about the class, because, feedback is great on both ends. And then put maybe some things you'd like to see, some things you might to improve, because eventually some of you may be teaching this class for the next generation, right? In your field of study. I happen to be a chef, and JR is in the tech world and a photographer. But at some point, we're going to retire. Some point, we're going to pass this on to somebody else. Some point, we're going to continue this legacy of teaching young people business and entrepreneurship and also hospitality and travel. And we're going to need your help. So put in the survey things that you enjoyed, things you didn't enjoy, and things you'd like to see added or improved on. And once you finished out the survey, give me a thumbs up. You can give me the virtual thumbs up in the chat. And once you give me that thumbs up, man, you are excused from class. See you next Tuesday. And we appreciate you. Appreciate you, Roberto.
Great job,
Thanks, everybody.
Working, keep working. Excellent job, scholars.
Yes, great work. Thanks for sharing.
I see that thumbs up. You guys will be released.
I have a question.
Go right ahead.
My question for you is, did you already know the chef recipe, ingredients, values, communication, willingness, expectation, and personality, or did you learn that as you started throughout your business?
I learned that as I went through my business. When I first started my business, I didn't have those. Only thing that I really had is I wanted somebody with values and could talk to me. That was it. Because I have a very strong personality. And when I was much younger, I didn't listen to I didn't take criticism. No, that's not the right word. Advice would fall on deaf ears. Right? You would tell me to do something, and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's good for you. It doesn't work for me. And I wasn't accepting it too much. So mine really just started with somebody that had the same values and somebody that could communicate with me. So, and then I developed the rest of them, you know, for me as time goes on. And most of those things don't deal anything with feelings. It has everything to do with their value system. So, good question, Prince. You always come with these good questions at the end. Can I keep recording? Okay, good. So the scholars that hop off and get to see that. Anything else, Prince?
Yes.
You get one more because Khalil
to ask it
has the hand up.
So she can go first. I'll go after.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, Khalil, go ahead. Talk to me. You're on mute though.
Oh, hi. I was gonna wait until after Hugh said, because after I was done, mine's is longer. So yeah, go ahead, Fred.
No, go ahead. Prince, let you go. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if anybody, well, the people that did remember it wasn't there, but I don't actually have a business, anything yet, but I do want to learn how to make one or create one. Okay. And I do have what I want to do in mind, and it's like
it sounds like you're beginning in business. We all have those thoughts like, what? Yeah, but you're actually on the right track.
But that's another reason why I haven't been like answering and talking much in class, is because I don't like literally know anything about business. That's why I'm here. But
and that's why we want you here, right? So you see what Professor C is putting in the chat? What do you what do you enjoy doing? Hold on, let me read what she puts in there. What are you passionate about? What comes easy to you? What do you enjoy doing?
I like art, and I like clothing, fashion, and like I like giving back. I like helping people. I like giving back to the community. So
all right, so you've got a full gambit. So in your business plan, how do you put all that into your business plan? We're going to start with the first one you said, because most of the time, the first one is what you do. Usually the first thought is what you are more prevalent in, typically. So when you say art, do you mean art as in building, a structure? Do you mean painting? Do you mean art as in like the dance or the theater?
Art.
Like for me, culinary is an art, right?
Mhm.
So if somebody asks me, I'm an artist, even though my title is a chef. But culinary arts is the name of the course, and it's been called culinary arts for, I don't know, 75, 80 years at this point. So what type of art do you enjoy?
What I mean by art is dance and theater. And actually, I am a dancer. I do theater. And well, I stopped doing theater, so right now I'm still a dancer. And I dance outside of school. I dance in school. I have a lot going on. And that's not what I would like there yet. But my problem is I want to do a lot of businesses. I don't just want like one or two. I want like multiple businesses.
And you can have that. I'm gonna tell you what my mentor told me many years ago, because Khalil, much like you, same way, right? When I started, I wanted to do all kind of businesses. I wanted to open up a hotel. I wanted to open up a restaurant. I wanted to open up a call center. I wanted to, open up a cell phone. Anything that was in business is what I wanted to do. My mentor told me, said, find what you are most passionate about and you love the most that you would do for free and build a business to get paid for it. That's why I started my catering company, or that's how I started my catering company, because I loved it. I've been in the restaurant industry since my teenage years, and I'm coming up on 35, 40 years now at this point of being in the restaurant industry, right? And I have not lost my passion for cooking and love, but it has turned into several businesses. For about from 2016 to 2021, I owned 5 hair salons. I had 100 hairstylists, right? I'm not in the hair business, nothing to do with the hair business, but can I tell you, I know how to, crochet hair? I do. Do I know how to braid? Yep. Do I know how to lay edges? I do. But I never got licensed as a stylist because that wasn't it. It was the business model. We have booth renters. I don't know what it is in New York, but it was more of a real estate model. I brought a property, I put 20 chairs in there. I charged $100 a week for stylists to come in, because in Texas, you have to be licensed. And, I turned it into a business. But everybody knows me as Chef Andre. I took my catering business and started consulting. Now on, HCI International, which does consulting for restaurants across the globe, right? Then the other business I opened up Bitcoin mining, right? With my brother. He actually does that. I really don't do much of it. And I can't say that I know a whole lot about it. I just know it's profitable, right? Because Bitcoin is still $26,000 a coin. And so because of all that, I started with what I was passionate about and what I loved the most, and turned it into several other businesses. Me and my best friend, it's on the shelf now, but for many a year we had Entertainment Legacy. That's the name of our record label. Because I started that because my daughter is a singer. She does tours with S.O.A.R Sound. And because of her singing, I didn't necessarily just want to be her manager. I wanted to be able to help negotiate contracts and things of that nature. And so we started Entertainment Legacy, right? And we probably had, 14, 15 artists that came through our record label over the 5-6 years that we had it active. So you don't have to be limited or not want to have multiple businesses. Damon John invests in 100 businesses. Mark Cuban, from Shark Tank, he started off in telecommunications. And a lot of people don't realize or remember that. I know JR is going to know this. He was the first one that brought college sports to people who were out of state. Now, it might be foreign to you, but I grew up in Kentucky, right? When I left Kentucky and moved to Houston, I couldn't hear the University of Louisville basketball games because it wasn't in my region anymore. Mark Cuban created a system where people who weren't there right in the 90s could listen to their team even though they lived in another state. And because of that now is why I can turn on the radio and find, radio, go on the internet and find someone broadcasting that basketball game at the University of Louisville, right? So you don't have to put yourself, there is no box. You're not limited, but you do have to start somewhere. You can't start 5 things because then you're split into 5 different people. And then you never give 100% to anything. You're giving 20% to multiple things. So that's my advice. Find one thing. I see C. Morgan coming off mute. But find one thing, start there, and then you can build off of that.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I have something. I wanted to make clothing for women, and I wanted to make products for women, and for trans women too, because I am trans. So I am a woman. So I wanted to give to my community and make something that they need. I feel like they need, and what we need actually as a community.
It's interesting that you say that. And I know you're going through your transition, but if you really think about clothing over the last, I don't want to say 200 years, and C. Morgan back me up on this, most men created clothing. Like I found out the other day that
Yes,
the bra wasn't even created by a woman. It was created by a man to make her feel more voluptuous, right? And it was not even a woman that created a lot of the things that's in there, right? And I always find that interesting. And if you really look at a lot of the top designers over the last, we'll just say 50 years, those are mostly men brands that do women's clothes. Yeah, you got your Vera Wangs out there, right? You got your DKNY. But if you really go all the way back to my favorite designer, because I've been a Ralph Lauren polo kid, with polo boots and polo jeans and polo shirts. Ralph Lauren has been, making clothes for, women for decades. So it's not impossible and it's not far out there, and you definitely could do it. See, Morgan, I see you put something in the chat. You want to speak on that?
Well, I said to find a root, and you just spoke on it. You just spoke about part of your mission and vision statement, what you want. You actually narrowed down a specialty, which you want to provide for people in your community of being transgender, if I'm saying that correctly. So you just sorted out where your root is. And how Chef Dre was saying too is, by you doing that, you're going to connect into other industries, but your core is going to be art. So you can still do, like you said, you just build upon it. You don't make it so different in a sense of you're staying in your art and you're staying in your clothing and fashion, but you reach out and build. You might have a brick and mortar store. You might have an online store. You might have books. You might have different assets, but it's still your core of it. And you still want able to reach out and expand your creativity. Like he said, you're not in a box. So don't ever limit yourself, but your core is like your root of a tree. You have to plant your roots, stick to your trunk, and raise your branches and let your leaves develop and bloom and also groom as you grow and develop. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Well, these 1-syllable words is getting everybody today. Jesus. Brum and glum.
And I was gonna say,
yeah, they ran together. My thoughts.
Right.
The Thursdays. I was gonna say too. For your problem state, because you said make clothes for your community. You could start with that as your problem statement, like looking into, okay, what's missing? What is the actual need? And dive into that.
Okay, so the actual need is that I know there's a lot of trans women that are like not doing harm, like at the beginning of their trans. Some, I don't know, it's different with all trans women. We start either from 16 or 16 to, I don't know.
From 16 to whenever they start, right?
Yeah, whatever they start, I guess. And a lot of them don't. Yeah, a lot of them don't get. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
A lot of them don't get anything physically done or anything, or just doesn't take any medication to like, you know what
They
I'm.
just make the transformation and live their life that way without having to do surgery and medical procedures. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but
Okay.
to like some of them, I don't. It's like so many different variables. Like some just love themselves as them. Some changes a little bit. Some like it's like.
Well, if there's one thing I will say about that with any change, right? Whether you're making a personal change, whether you're making a gender change, your idea about clothes fits everybody, pun intended. It fits everybody. Does that make sense? So your community is not just the community of transgender women. Now you can cater to that, you know, and have a brand that speaks to that, right? But similar to the other designers, if you decide to go into clothes, similar to other designers like jeans, for instance, Levi's makes jeans. Levi's does not see whether you're male, female, transgender, too tall, too short. They make the jeans, and then the people choose, right? So if you're gearing towards your community, that's where you start. And it could span out into so many different areas. Most companies start out with a niche market and have a specific group of people they're targeting. And most of the time, that specific group turns into a massive wide audience. Don't limit yourself. You're okay. Just got to start somewhere, though.
Okay, he's gonna need some actionable steps because he got engrossed with a lot of information.
Right? We're on the phone an extra 20 minutes. You know what? We might have to send you a separate email to give you some actionable steps. I didn't even realize we've been on here 20 minutes. Oh man.
That's your heart and passion. It
right?
does.
You already know.
Yep.
Especially when it's the youth too. You know,
Yes,
they're
it
the
is.
future. You know what I mean? I'll pour everything. Just my storage is empty. Available. But all right, but I do need to go. Khalil, we'll get those actionable steps into an email form. C. Morgan, if you help me out with that as well, because C. Morgan, and I'm gonna say this real quickly, that is a very gifted woman in the way she can break down the psyche of the mind. Right? I'm good at it. She's incredible at it. You know, her podcast Wednesdays at 12 Eastern Standard Time, right? It's called Analytical Chaos. And the way she breaks down some of the things in there with my friend King, it's just incredible. You know, on the level that it's like on a doctorate level, the way that she breaks down complexities into simple, actionable things. That's why she was like, hey, we got to give him some actionable steps. Because you know me, I'll go on the rant like King and totally forget. Here's A through Z. You know, I'm just gonna talk about Z. So Khalil, we will get that to you to help you to build this plan, okay? And
Thank
Prince,
you
Prince, you got a lot of knowledge by staying on too. Sneaky Pete, I see you. I see you. No. He wasn't ready. All right, guys, you have been absolutely awesome for today. And we will see you on Tuesday. And thank you guys so much for being here. Khalil, great questions. And we look forward to helping you frame and build this business plan. Cool?
Yes.
All right. And Prince, send me an email to info@S.O.A.R with the question, because I know you had another question after Khalil.
Yes.
Cool.
What was your email?
Info at S.O.A.R NJ. You can send it to that one.
Okay.
Or my first, or it's the same thing in my first name. I think it is my first name, right, JR? Or is it my first name in the letter? Yeah, it's just my first name, AUNDRE at SOARNJ.org.
Okay.
If
Thank
you
you.
don't remember that, send it to info. All right, thank you guys so much. C. Morgan, tell CC I said hello.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.